examine the interaction between the nation-state and international organization, which has the greatest impact on government. Nation-state feed into and interact with another at international organization. Often diplomacy is managed through international organization. That being said, international organizations are not sovereign but states are, which implies and is often the case that they control decisions within the state and their outward-facing relationships. Hence, international organizations can fine, take legal actions, and say words but cannot force governments to do things but the state can. States are sovereign and they make decisions through government which is part of the state. They also form international organization and are the mass of international organization. Without them, the international organization would not exist and they ultimately decide on the international organization action through collective notes and input. Number 2. Do civil society and INGOs strengthen or undermine the role of the government's international relations? Why or why not? Yes, it is really depends on the policies of each government. In some instances, they may add pressure to governments to adhere to some pro- progressive policies, for example, the environment or consumer rights, or reducing cruelty for animals. And in other cases, do the opposite. For the example, in cases where two countries have a border problem, civil societies can actually make it more difficult for politicians to compromise. Number 3. Are the civil society and other organizations truly separated from the government's actions and policies? In what ways can the state maintain its sovereignty amid globalization? The government, civil society, and even corporations or multinationals, mainly some locals, are linked. But the real power is the economic one and not the political one. Held by the government, as such politicians are mainly puppets from the corporate interests. That's why the sovereignty and the nation process are dying in the bleed.